Okay, actually I wanted to see your screen actually, but yeah. So you're Venkat, right, or Deepak?
Yes, Venkat.
Venkat, right. So can you share your screen?
Yeah, sure.
The first icon is there, share screen. It's a valid WAR file actually, because we have been using this for a long time. Not sure what happened. It's working for me. Let me know, guys, if we can start the installation. Whenever you are ready, let me know.
Yeah, Deepak here. I have extracted the .exe file.
Okay. So others, have you extracted that? So I'm not sure. So let's do one thing. We can go ahead and install this, or if it can be done within 5 minutes, you can let me know. Hello, Deepak?
Yeah.
So you have the exe file, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I have extracted. I have to double click on that.
Yeah, okay then. So let's double click on that and extract that exe file.
Yeah. Yeah, extracted. Yes, after that,
Yeah.
I double click and then choose the folder directory for extracting files.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, in that the setup.exe is there, right? Okay. You got a SQL Server installation center, this window?
Oh, 1 minute. I'm extracting 1 minute.
Yeah, extract that and go to the folder. This window automatically popped up for me. SQL Server installation center. So if you already have a SQL Server install with any version, then you can go for this one, upgrade from SQL Server. If you do not have one, then you can go for new SQL Server installation. So the version we are going to install is SQL Server 2014. And if you have any,
Okay, setup.exe, I have to double click or setup.exe, right?
it should pop up something automatically. It did not wait for some like.
It is, I got something. Yeah, I got some pop-up. Yeah, SQL Server installation. Yes, installation came. Okay, which one I had to choose?
Yeah, so are you able to view my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, so please follow whatever I am doing. So go for this new SQL Server standalone installation, the first one. Click on that.
Yeah.
And it will give you this in license term. So accept the license. You can like choose, this is the optional one. And go to next.
1 minute, please. Because mine is. Yeah, I had to click on accept license, right?
Yeah, accept it and click next.
And turn on computer experience improvement programs. That is, I had to
no, leave that. That is optional one. So leave that.
Okay.
Go to next.
Yeah.
And the second screen also, Microsoft Update, you can skip that. Click on next.
I've not got any updates.
Yeah, click on next. Do not check that checkbox.
Yeah.
Just click on
now
next.
Install setup files. Yes.
Yeah, okay, correct.
Yeah, so I'm at actually the page where it says that I accept the license terms.
Yeah, so click on that. I accept the license term and go to next. Okay.
Yeah.
The next thing also click on next, and you'll be like it will install something, like it will process something, and it will come to this particular screen, feature selection screen.
Yeah, I am at the page where you are shown.
Just 1 second. You are able to view my screen, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay then. So make sure that all these features are pre-selected for feature selection, all these 3 checkbox, database engine service, SQL server and SQL client connectivity SDK. If not, like select all if it is not selected and click on next. Okay, I'm clicking on the next button here. I'm letting everything by default. I'm not changing anything. Click on next. Now this screen comes.
Yes.
Okay.
SQL Express. Yes.
Yeah. Hello, Ravi. You joined the call?
Yeah. Hi, Prem. I just joined the call.
Yeah. So actually, we are going through the installation of software.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm not sure if you are on the same page because you joined late. Okay. So anyway, so I'm recording this video, and you can like check whatever we are doing, and you can follow the same step. It is just a 30-minute work. And let me know if you have any doubts later. Okay. So this particular screen where instance configuration is there, this is for this instance we'll be using inside the Blue Prism tools, because Blue Prism tool uses SQL server to store everything. Whatever projects we'll be creating, whatever like objects we'll be creating or processes we'll be creating, anything, even any minor thing, or the audit trails that we'll be having, or the reports that we'll be having, everything will be stored in the SQL server. And SQL server, they have instance that this particular data has to be saved in this instance. So we'll be using this SQL Express instance to store everything in the Blue Prism, and we'll be providing this name while installing Blue Prism. So do not change this because we'll be using this exact name, when configuring Blue Prism tool. So let it be like this, the way it is, and click on next. Okay, so here if you can see there are two services here from SQL Server. One is SQL Server's database engine and another is SQL Server browser. So database engine, this is obvious. This will be using for driving the SQL Server database. Browser is also will be it is used internally to access anything like that local host. Whenever we'll be launching something, then that time also SQL browser will be used. So we'll not be seeing any real-time work with this SQL Server. This is just we are going to use to store everything for the Blue Prism tool, whatever work we'll be doing in the Blue Prism. So in the right side, if you see the SQL Server browser is visible, and select automatic there. Okay. So both should be automatic. The startup side should be automatic there. Okay. So after doing that, click on next. Let me know if you are not following anything because these are important. So both should be automatic and then click on next. Then in the server connection, there are two ways to log into server. One is Windows authentication mode and another is mixed mode. Okay, so Windows authentication mode means your whatever user ID and password you have used for logging into your Windows system, that will be used to authenticate to SQL Server Azure. It means that you do not have to log into SQL Server separately if you have logged into your Windows machine. So it is very easy and convenient to go with this option. Also, you can go with this option like mixed mode where SQL Server authentication and Windows authentication. So here, if you select, you have to provide a separate password for that, and every time you have to interact with SQL Server, you have to provide that password. So it is not a good way to go at this point of time for this particular application. So let's go with Windows authentication mode, which was by default. So do not change anything. We'll be going with Windows authentication mode, and this is absolutely necessary while configuring the Blue Prism tool. So make sure you have Windows authentication mode, otherwise it will not work. And go to next, and it will install your tool. Okay, so let it install. It will take some time. It's installing for you guys, right? The same way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it is installing.
Okay, fine.
Almost 35% completed.
Mm-hmm.
Prem, will you provide some exercises for practicing apart from training?
Yeah. I'll provide. I'll tell you. Do this something like that. This assignment you can do something like that.
Yeah.
So you can do that at home.
Yeah. The more we practice, the more we'll perfect.
Yeah. So
The
you
more
can do that by yourself. For example, if I am automating a web application, suppose if we are automating, for example, Flipkart.com for something, then you go ahead and try for Amazon or something like that also by yourself also. But anyway, I'll be providing some use cases so that you can do that.
I'm planning to complete certification by May end. Dream.
Certification, right?
Yeah, certification.
Okay. Yeah, that is good. So today's class will not be covering much of Blue Prism tool. So I'll show you, actual Blue Prism. I'll show you, I'll show you, where is where in the tool, everything about the tool. Then I'll also show you about the certification process and everything, so that you guys can, register there. And there are a lot of materials from there. You can, download and go through that, while we continue this class every weekend also. Okay, so this is installed for me. Let me know if it is also installed for you guys, and we can go to the next.
I'm not at least that level.
Yeah, that's fine. So everyone, whenever you guys complete installation, let me know.
Is it possible to share some UiPath software as well, the same way how you share it in the Google Drive?
Yeah. So I have the Automation Anywhere software, and like UiPath, the thing is you can download that from website only.
Okay, you can download from website. So it is
free, no, that's a trial version you can download. So all this software, what is this? I'll show you. This Blue Prism Automation Anywhere, all these software are very, very costly software. Okay. So we as a training provider, we won't be able to afford these tools. So what we do is like, every tool is like, a trial version of that. So I have written a script which will, backdate your system, automatically and launch the tool, and it will automatically then, reset this. So that way you can use that software forever, okay, for an unlimited period of time. So you can also go for a, UiPath trial version you can download from uipath.com, and like the same way you can do. I'll show you today how to do that.
How many days they'll give trial version?
Trial version will be for 1 month, I guess, but I'll show you how to use that for like longer period of time. Okay. Because I guess they will be, tracking your registry or something. So even if you uninstall the software and install it again by downloading from a different ID, that will not work, I guess. Okay. Because it logs into our registry, right? To our local machine. Yes. So that is the delete. Anyway, let me know once your SQL Server installation is complete.
Yeah, almost going to complete.
Yeah, sure. I'll get some water in the meantime.
Yeah, I'm done. One minute, I'll be back. Hi, I'm back.
Yeah.
Yeah, Prem, I am at the same page.
Okay. So guys, others also please let me know if you are, if your setup is complete and everything is like in this way, like anything has not failed. Success, right? For others as well.
Yeah,
hi,
Prem,
yes.
Yeah, this completed for me.
Yeah,
also.
Deepak, it's good for you. Hello.
Yeah, then
Okay.
I'm at the same page. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, fine then. So we can close this. This setup is complete now. We have successfully installed the SQL server. So I'm going to close this window as well, and we have to configure the SQL server for it to be connect successfully to the Blue Prism tool. So for that you can go to the Windows your Windows button, the left side, and search for SQL Server Configuration Manager. SQL Server, this one, first one. SQL Server 2014 Configuration Manager. I hope you are able to get this. You can search for SQL Server Configuration Manager, the red box with, and click on that. Okay, and go to the tool. It will get you a screen something like this. Okay, here you will be configuring a lot of the all of the SQL configuration, like whatever you need to configure. Suppose your SQL server is installed in the cloud machine, so you have to allow some TCP/IP connection, or it's a 32-bit, anything like that. Then you have to configure everything here. Okay, so once you are in this particular screen, you can see there are SQL Server Browser and SQL Server Express. Okay, so we do not need this SQL Server agent as of now. So we'll be configuring these two services. Okay, so these two must be running. Okay, so every time there may be some instances in the future where these services are not running. So in that case, your Blue Prism tool will not work. So make sure that these two services are running always. Otherwise, if it is not running, you can right click and restart it, and it will start running. If it is stopped, then instead of this stop command here, you will get a start command, and you can right click and start the service. Okay. So for me, both are running, and the startup mode is also automatic, whatever we have set in the installation time. So I hope you people are in this screen now. So if you are here, then do one thing: go to the SQL Server browser and right click on that and go to Properties. After that, what we'll be doing is we'll be changing this built-in account, because we have provided the login type as Windows authentication mode. So we'll be selecting this as local system. That's it. Built-in account as local system, and you can apply and click yes. And okay. So same you have to do for SQL Server also. Right click, go to Properties, then you are able to follow me, right? I did for SQL Server browser. So here I did for SQL Server browser is I right click that, go to Properties, and select the built-in account as local system. Previously it was local service, and I did apply and okay. So we'll be doing the same for SQL Server Express as well. SQL Server as well, the second one, I'm going to the Properties. Then I'm going to select the built-in account, and I'm going to select local system here, and click on Apply. So this actually you can get it in YouTube as well, because this is same for installation, this complete tool. So you got me right what I did. So this is the way. So now these are whenever you are logging into Windows, and after that, if you are opening this, it will not require any extra authentication to talk with the SQL server or Blue Prism tool. Once you are logged into Windows, then the same credential it will use for like having some communication with the SQL server. Okay. So we are on the same page, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
these
have
two
selected both
processes are
SQL
running.
Server
So
browsers.
sorry.
Yeah, I selected built-in account, local system, both the things.
Okay, then that's fine. So what I was telling is, if it is not running, sometimes it happens, and a lot of time it happens actually. So a few people get confused actually what to do, and that time your Blue Prism tool will not work. So either you can go from here, if the start, if it is stopped, then you can go from right click and start that. Otherwise, you can go to your services by searching for services in your Windows area here and go for services. And here also you can see, you can search for SQL, I'm typing S, and see our SQL server is running here. Okay, this is at a machine level. So SQL server and SQL server browser, which is this one, both are having the status as running, and the type is automatic. If you go to properties, the type is startup type is automatic. Okay, so if it is manual, then you every time you log into your system, if you are selecting it as manual, you have to like go and every time start the SQL server. So do not do that. Let it be as automatic. But if sometime your Blue Prism tool is not working for any reason, the first step you need to make sure is that your SQL server and SQL server browser are in the running state. Okay, that's the first thing, because that's a very like common problem for SQL server. Okay. So yeah, that's fine. Now we can install the Blue Prism tool, okay, because we have configured SQL server successfully. So find that folder what I have shared with you, and you can see the Blue Prism 5.0.1064 MSI. Okay. So let's install this. So let me tell you one more thing. So recently there is a new version of Blue Prism. Okay, the Blue Prism version 6. Okay, and whatever we are going to do is these are Blue Prism version 5. So there are very less difference between version 5 and version 6. Okay. So I have went to the version 6 and I did not particularly find any major difference, and the certification exam that you will be writing, that will be for version 5 only, because I'll be showing you in a after this installation where to register for the certification and everything. All the formalities will be completing today in this session, and most probably today end of the session or tomorrow will be starting with the actual Blue Prism in depth of Blue Prism 2. Okay, so this Blue Prism version 5 and version 6, there are not major difference. I guess there are some difference with services or something in some advanced concept, but the rest of the things are very similar. So currently I don't have the version 6. Okay, so I guess within around 2 weeks I'll be getting the version 6 too. Once I get this tool, it should not take 2 weeks. It may be 1 or 2 weeks. Once I get this tool, then it's your choice. You can go ahead and install version 6 if you want to work with the latest tool. But you won't find much difference. Okay, and the certification whatever will be happening, that is for currently going on is for version 5, because version 6 very recently it is released. Okay, and I'll also be providing you a PDF. I'm not sure if I have updated, I have uploaded that to the Google Drive, and all the questions in your interview and all the questions in your certification, you will get it from that PDF only. Okay, so that's around 160 to 180 pages PDF, and that's very important. That's the official PDF by Blue Prism company itself, and you'll find all the questions from there. Okay. So anyway, let's go ahead and install this Blue Prism version 5.1. Okay, so I'm going to double click on this.
I have one
And
doubt.
here also I'll be showing.
Yeah.
Prem, I have one doubt. If the new version is came, the old version certification is still valid, or they're going to
it's valid.
They're going to stop the old version and go for new version.
No. They are not going to stop though. It doesn't happen like that, right? When Windows 10 comes, Windows 7 doesn't like it doesn't happen like that, because what happens is most of the developers in the market, or most of the business analysts or managers, RPA managers that are in the market are for version 5 only. Okay, version 6 very recently came, and there are a few bugs in that as well. So they are working on this. That's not a completely stable version. So that's the reason, I am going ahead with version 5. Okay, and I'll also be showing you the Blue Prism portal after this, where you can find the certification for Blue Prism 5 currently going on. Okay, so there won't be version 5 and version 6. People don't differentiate in that, because these are very, very similar. It just do not have a out of the box features in version 6 which version 5 does not have. Okay, I'll show you that. Smart screen cannot be reached right now. Okay, anyway, I'm running this Blue Prism version 5 and so here I'll be showing you, because all these tools are not completely licensed tools. These are trial versions. So all these tools are similar. So I'll be showing you how to run this for a longer period of time. Okay, so let's install this now. Click on I agree. It's very simple installation. Click next. For everyone I'm installing. Next. Just the next thing. There is no configuration here in Blue Prism. We'll be doing the configuration once the tool is installed. Okay. So for me it seems, Blue Prism tool is installed for me. Here you can see this icon I got. So let me know once you have installed, you are getting this icon, your Blue Prism is successfully installed, then we'll go ahead and configure this tool.
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, Prem, I'm done.
Okay, that's good. So double click on that tool. Okay, and Blue Prism version 5 it will launch. Okay, so there is an error I am getting. Could not connect to database Blue Prism server. Connection failed. Database Blue Prism does not exist. Okay, so that is fine. This error is fine because we do not have the server. You must be getting some other error, you do not have a database connection, something like that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Because see, this Blue Prism tool actually I have installed previously, and that time actually I have created a database called BP server, and for the sake of showing you the demo, I have uninstalled everything, but Blue Prism is still able to recognize the previously created database. This is the best thing about Blue Prism. Even if you are uninstalling your Blue Prism tool, you will not lose any data. Until you have your Microsoft SQL server running on, even if your tool is uninstalled, whatever work you have done, that will still be there in the server. So next time you are installing Blue Prism, suppose for example, Blue Prism 5 we are doing, right? And we are working a lot in Blue Prism 5, and suddenly we are installing Blue Prism 6. That time, whatever we have done, work we have done in Blue Prism 5 will be automatically transferred to Blue Prism 6 software. You do not have to create all the objects, all the processes again. So because I had created a BP server database before, that's the reason it is showing me that this particular database does not exist anymore. That's fine. So I'll tell you what to do. Go to this configure link here. Okay, and here you can see there are provide a name for your connection. Okay, whatever name you have to provide like BP. Do not make it BP server because this is not actual server. So provide BP database or BP connection or Blue Prism database, something like that, anything. Okay, connection type, choose SQL Server Windows authentication, because if you remember, we have chosen Windows authentication as our authentication type instead of SQL Server authentication while installing the SQL Server 2014. That is the reason I'm going ahead with SQL Server. If you go ahead with this, then you have to provide your user ID and password. But we have not set up any password, and we are going ahead with the Windows authentication. Okay. Once you select that, select this database server for localhost SQL Server. So let me tell you what this is and why it is localhost and what is that. Okay, so how it happens in a production environment is it will happen like this. Currently, we are using our own laptop for Blue Prism, okay? And normally Blue Prism has a Blue Prism server. Okay, this is a little bit advanced concept, and I'll be showing you later on. But this is the overall architecture. Blue Prism has a Blue Prism server, and in every local machine, if in a company there are 5 developers, in each of their machine, a Blue Prism client will be installed. And this is the Blue Prism client. Whatever you are seeing it here, this is the Blue Prism client. Okay. Because this is a local machine, my Blue Prism software will act as both as a solver and the client. Okay. So to access that server in your local machine, we use localhost. Okay. Normally we use localhost :8080. This is a port number. Okay. Or whatever port number you have chosen. For 8000, if you have experience with Tomcat or WebLogic server, then you must be familiar with this kind of stuff. Okay, so this localhost, it is your local machine. Blue Prism will be able to understand that your local machine is your server only. Otherwise, there's a dummy IP address like 127.0.0.1, and this IP address also acts as your local machine. Okay. So if you are working for a company, or if you are actually working in a like Blue Prism software in production or any development server, then it will not be like localhost / SQL Express. Okay, it will be wherever your SQL is installed. Suppose my SQL server is installed in. Suppose I had installed a instance of SQL Server in AWS, Amazon Web Server, okay? And the IP address for Amazon Web Server, suppose is 18.120.190.254, okay? So I'll be using this particular IP address instead of localhost, okay? So in place of localhost / SQL Express, I'll be using that particular IP where my SQL Server instance is install, and this is my SQL Server instance, okay, and I'll be using the SQL Server instance here. Okay, so this we have provided while configuring the SQL Server. If you remember, I told you not to change the name of the instance, so this is the one, SQL Express. So if you have changed the name, then you can provide whatever name you have specified there. Okay. And because we'll be using our local machine to connect to the Blue Prism server, we are providing localhost here. Okay, so it is same in every case in other technology as well, where people are working in a Java environment or Python environment, and they are working in their local machine to test something. Then they also use localhost. So it is similar for Blue Prism as well. Okay, and the database name, you can provide any database name here. You can provide any name here, Blue Prism or something like that, and go to test connection. The database Blue Prism does not exist. Please let me know if you are getting an error apart from, any other error than this.
Yeah, I got the same error.
Yeah, got same error.
Same error, right? Because few of the candidates get some other error. That time the configuration of the SQL Server is not done properly. So that's the reason. So this is absolutely fine, because till this point we have not created any Blue Prism database or any database with this name we have not created. So this is a very valid error. So let me show you how to create that database. Okay. So this side, again, this is one of the way to configure. If you want, you can delete connection from here, and you can create a new connection as well. Okay. So yeah, let me click OK. And now let's go to this file. Click OK, because the Blue Prism database does not exist. That's very fine. Now we'll be creating the database. Could not connect to database. Okay, that's fine. So go to the file and go to create database. Okay. Here, if you can see on the topmost after this color, there is the name of the connection, whatever we have provided, whatever you have provided, like for me it is BP server, and database name is Blue Prism. Okay, and it is telling that a new database will be created or any existing database will be overwritten. That means that if you had a database previously, as I had, that will be overwritten with this process. If you do not have one, because all of you are the first time, so a new database will be created for you guys. So I'm going to click OK. Fail to create database, cannot create. Okay, for me, it already exists, so I'm not able to create. Okay, so you guys should be able to create the database. Are you able to create it?
Yes, sir. It shows the database.
Yeah. For you, it should be. Yeah, automatically created.
I got database created.
Okay, fine. That's
then I'm getting some different errors while I'm clicking on text. It says that this instance is...
Okay, whom am I speaking to?
Deepak,
right? What error you are getting, Deepak?
Instance name, verify that the instance name is correct and that SQL service is configured to allow remote connections.
Okay, okay, so let me check that, because that is some unusual error, and actually we can, just 1 second. Let me make you the presenter one, because we are almost, we are done with our installation. So be on this screen, guys. So we are, done with our installation. I just need to see that error, and we'll go ahead, because we should also be aware of errors also, what we may say. So Deepak, I am going to make you the presenter, and you can share your screen. I have made you the presenter. Please share your screen on this.
Okay, so I'm getting the 3 options: download, open, and run.
Which one?
No, I mean.
Okay, for the tool.
No. For this, you have asked me to share my screen, right? So I got the. So now it says that download instructions: download, open, run. The SEC installer.
So I get this particular Blue Prism, this pre-conference call tool is not installed for you, right? That's the reason you are getting it here. So that's fine. So can you tell me that complete error? Verify your instance name, something like that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that is basically the instance name we provided that time, right? SQL server. So there, I hope you did the same, right? Whatever I did.
Yeah. But
okay.
What I remember is at that point where we were creating this SQL Express, right?
Mm-hmm.
There, at the bottom of the there was a screen as well in that where already a row was there present in the instance name.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So by mistake, I think it has taken that.
Okay, that's fine. It happens. We'll do one thing, because this is some unusual bug or unusual error or something. So it may take some time to debug that and to understand why that happened. So we'll check that after the class. You can share your screen Otherwise, I'll take remote access and I'll do that for you. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Fine. So yeah. Okay. So now that we have successfully installed the Blue Prism tool, you can log into the Blue Prism tool. The default username and password is admin and admin. Both are admin in small letter. You provide that and click on sign in. After that, it will ask for a new password for your Blue Prism tool. So the username will always be admin because the password we are changing. So please provide a simple password to log in. Make it simple. It's not your bank account or something because people provide complex password and they forget. And once you forget that your password, it's very, very difficult to recover the password. You have to run a lot of SQL query to fetch the password from Microsoft SQL Server. Okay, so just provide a simple password. Okay, and click on finish. Password has been successfully amended. Okay. Now you should be able to see the tool, and only home and system should be accessible. Okay. Yeah. Actually, you will not be able to you will not be able to access any other tab because we have not provided the license yet. Okay. So
1 minute, Prem, I have missed. Actually, I am at sign in Blue Prism page only. After that, what I have to do?
Provide the username and password as admin, ADMIN, admin. Password is also admin. After that, it will pop up a change password screen for you. Provide a convenient password, simple password, and click on finish.
No. Can you give me the username? AB?
Admin, ADMIN.
ABNIN. Password also same?
Sorry? Yeah, password also same. Yeah, password is also same, admin only.
It is saying login failed. Username, password, upgrade or not valid. Try again. ABNIN.
No.
ADMIN.
Not came. Can you type?
You are, who am I talking to? I'm sorry.
I'm Chandrakeshwar. Yeah. I got it. Yeah, I got it. Admin. Oh, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, admin only. Okay, you change the password in the next screen and it will get you this home screen of the Blue Prism 2. So I'm also recording the session, guys, so don't worry if you have missed anything somewhere or if your power goes off for 5 minutes, that's absolutely fine. Because I'll be uploading this video to YouTube and I make it private. So all these videos will be private also, so no one else can see these videos if you are working in some company and feel something. And I'll share you these videos after tomorrow or 2 days later on. So you are in this screen, right?
Yes.
Yeah, fine. So you will not be able to access other tabs because we have not provided a license for this tool yet. Okay. So go to the System tab. Okay. And in that folder, I have provided you a Blue Prism license, right? In that zip file. So if you have extracted that, there must be a blueprism.lic. LIC means this is a license file. Okay. So go to the System tab, and inside the System tab there is something called System menu. On the left side navigation there is System menu. In that, license is there. Okay. Click on the license and go to install a new license. Okay. So here is the catch where, because these licenses are obviously expired because, we do not have the proper license, which will cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars. So I'll show you how to, we have a solution for that. But let me show you first the demerit and then I'll show you. So apply that license here, select that license. You got it right what I did. I went to license under the system tab. I went to install a new license. After that, I browsed to the folder where my license is there, which is this one, blueprism.lic, and I went to open, and it is telling me the license is expired because obviously it's a like old license file. Okay, so that's fine. So for once you change your system date and time, because this is the same with every tools like Automation Anywhere, UiPath, everything. So I'm just showing you what to do, and you don't have to do this like every time. I have written a script to simplify this process, but I'll show you that. For first time, go change your system date to anything, like you can do it like January. I'm not sure where that license is from. I'm making it January 2027, and I'm changing the system date to January 2017. Okay, some date January 2017, and after that I'm going to install new license and selecting that, and my license is successfully installed. Now I am able to view every screen, starting from home, studio, control, dashboard, reviews, and system. Let me know if you are able to do that or facing any issue. After that, I'll show you, what is the workaround for that.
Prem, I can't.
The time is automatically.
Sorry?
For me, the time is setting automatically. This is Channa. So I have to change date and time. I set it, that one is off. And then what date I have to set? March. When it brought
any date in 2017 you can provide, because I'm not exactly sure from when to when this license is from. So you can select. What I have selected is I have given the date as January 24, 2017. Okay.
Yeah.
And do that,
my head
and
is
after
small
that, sorry.
Prem, I had a small because I'm using my company laptop, so I can't change the date and time now. So is there any other process?
This is whatever I am showing you. This is also my company laptop. You are not able to change your date and time.
Yeah, I think so.
I think they will block.
Try one, because this is one time only.
Yeah, show me 1 second. Okay.
Try one, because this is one time. After that, you do not have to do it manually. Automatically, it will, do for like 10 seconds on. After that, I'll show you. I'll provide you a script for that.
Change it.
Try this. Otherwise, there is some other solution which is a little bit like harder, but there are solutions. The one I think is also, you are able to change the date and time.
Just a minute.
If you are not connected to VPN, company's VPN, you should be able to change it. And you do not need a internet connection for this as well. So, I mean, this should be inside your local system only. Let me know if you are able to change it.
Yeah, just now only changed it.
Okay, you changed it, right? It got changed.
Yeah, it's got changed. Just me install the license once again.
Yeah. Go to license on the system tab, and under license, go to install new license and choose the license file. Browse to the license file.
It's good success.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine there. So the only problem with this approach is that this is absolutely fine, changing your system date, but you won't be able to access the internet with a invalid date. Okay, if your date is not current, you won't be able to like access the internet. Okay, so that is the only problem with that. So let me one second. This got hanged. Okay, so anyway, you can like reset your date to current date now. Okay, if it is like your date only needs to be changed while before launching the Blue Prism tool. Okay, and it has to be done every time. Okay, so it's a very difficult process to because ideally you have to change your date to January 2017, then launch the Blue Prism application, then change the date to current date again. Okay, so this is the manual way to do that. You can do that if it is not too much work for you. It is not actually. You can do that, but I have written a script here. This script launch.dat. Okay, so I can explain you what this script does, and you can use this script every time to launch the Blue Prism software. So in this case, you do not have to manually go and change the date, okay, and then do everything. So this script, what it does is it automatically changes your system date, and it will automatically launch the Blue Prism software for you. You just have to input your username and password for Blue Prism, and after that Blue Prism tool is launched, it will automatically reset the system date to the current date. Okay, so you do not have to do anything. So let me show you how to do that. I'm going to close this Blue Prism application. Okay, because I'm going to open first.
Sorry, Prem.
Yeah.
Prem,
Yeah. Tell me.
can I launch that bat file?
Sorry, you are not able to get this file?
Where can I launch that first?
It's in the zip file.
Okay. Yeah. Let me check. Yeah, is there? Yes, is there? Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so now there is a problem here because I am using this bat file for the first time in my laptop. So what happens is different people have different date and time format. For example, I have month, date, and year, and few of you would be having different format, or the system only takes a different format. So for that, do not worry. If you are not able to, I'm not sure if I'll be able to make it working. I'll try now. Otherwise, I'll show you how to change it. Let me just show you now only. Ajay, I guess we're facing the same issue. So if you go to, if this is a bat file actually, this is a, VB script I have written, bat file. So if you go and edit it, let me, I can show you what I have written. So you do not have to understand that. It's very simple. I have taken today's date, then I have set date to some previous date, and then I am launching the Blue Prism tool from C drive here. Okay. After that, I am waiting for 40 seconds. Once my Blue Prism tool is launched within 40 seconds, then I am changing the date back to today's date. Okay, that's it. So this is the format. Let me run it if I am able to. So what you have to do is click on this and run it as administrator, and click on yes. Okay, so my Blue Prism tool got launched, so I'm providing it as admin and my password. Okay, so see, everything is working fine, and if you can see here on the down, like right side down, the date automatically got changed. Okay, after this 40 seconds, after this thing is done, I'm waiting for 40 seconds. So you can choose any seconds. You can wait for 20 seconds or anything you can change. This date should be automatically reset, okay, to current date. Let's see if it is happening. Okay, see, you can see the date is automatically changed to today's date. So that's it. You do not have to do anything. Like you do not have to go and change the date to past date, launch the Blue Prism tool, current date, all this thing. You just run this Blue Prism, this launch.dat, It will do everything for you. It will reset the date, launch the Blue Prism tool, set the date to today's date and everything. Okay, you got me, right? Let me know if you are facing any issue. So every time you have to, do this from launch.bat. Okay, and if you have automation anywhere tool or UiPath tool, obviously you won't be able to purchase the tool, or we won't be able to purchase the tool because that's very costly. You can use this launch.bat to, to like launch any trial version, and it will work for an unlimited period of time.
Yeah, it's working for me. I'm able to post that Blue Prism tool and able to attach.
Sorry?
Yeah, it's working for
You're
me.
able to do that, right?
Yeah, I'm able to do that.
Okay, cool.
I had a small doubt. So once I ran the bat file, so 40 seconds ago it's also completed. It's saying to enter the new date in MMDDYY format.
Oh, it is telling you to enter the new date.
Yes.
Yeah. That means that your system's date is actually different. That's what I was talking about. It should not ask you anything. Everything should be done automatically. So we see that.
But now my system date got changed. But it's asking in the command file.
Yeah. That's what your system time got changed, date got changed, but because your system date is different, it will not reset your system date to current date. So that is the problem you'll be facing. So that's fine. That's a very simple thing. Actually, whatever I have taken from here, right? Date, then this format needs to be changed. So we'll do that. Actually, I need to have access to your system to do that because I'm not sure what is that date. Otherwise, I'll ping you something. You try that. If it is not working, then I'll help you. I can take control of you and show what it is. It's a very simple thing. Okay. For others, I guess everything is working fine. If not, then you let me know. You ping me, okay? Because I'm not able to understand actually sometimes who is speaking. So you ping me in WhatsApp that this is the problem, and we can go for a fix. Okay? Okay, so let me wait for 20 seconds only. Okay. So fine, right? You are inside the tool, right? So for time being, if you are not able to launch it from your launch.bat, that's absolutely fine. I'll show you how to fix that. But in the meantime, we are going to discuss something in the Blue Prism tool. So if you want, you can manually do that. Otherwise, you can do that after the class. So that's absolutely fine. You won't be practicing anything in the class. So because I'll be showing you something, and if you are practicing parallelly, then it will take a lot of time. So I'll teach you everything, and I am recording the video. And after the class is over, you can try those things at home because you have the whole week. You can try everything, and you are facing any issue, you can ping us in the WhatsApp group, or we'll be having a discussion in the every next class. Okay.
Sorry, Prem, I have. After I log in, me Studio Control Database Release all are disabled.
Yeah, that's fine. So the black, who am I talking to?
Yeah, Channa Keshava.
So the black screen behind you, did that disappear or it's still there?
Actually, the back screen.
There is a black screen, right? Black, the color black. See, if I do this screen, is it still there or it's disappeared? I'm asking this screen.
Okay. I had to run as administrator. Sorry, I think I double-clicked on that. Not
correct. You have to run as administrator, and you have to do this process of logging in within 40 seconds. Okay. So if your system is taking more time to launch the Blue Prism tool, go to edit and you can increase the number of seconds you need to log into the Blue Prism tool. Okay, that's it.
Yeah, now I got it. Yes, yeah. If I logged in as an administrator, then I will pick it.
Yeah, you have to run as administrator actually.
Yes.
So unless and until you do not have a login immediately after. Okay, I'm also facing some tweaks. Because if you are not running it as administrator, your system date will not be changed because only administrator has the permission to change the system date. If you are double clicking that, your system date will not be changed.
Yes.
And if it is not changed, then your tabs will be disabled. So do not close this black window, manually. Let it go. It will like close automatically. Okay, so that's the way. Now it is reset to current. Everything fine, right? We can start?
Yeah. I think everything is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, fine. So before going to the tool, okay, let me show you, where to register for the certification, because if you are doing it for a job purpose or if you are doing it for a certification purpose, that is not going to make any difference, because unless and until if you are doing a certification, and then it is very difficult to switch to a new company. So plan for a certification, and this oh my God, I am certification. Okay, so plan for certification, and this course, this training is will be solely focusing more on certification process. Okay, obviously I'll be showing you a lot of demo projects, a lot of real-time projects, but plan for the certification, because without certification there will not be much value in the industry. Okay, so for that, let me show you where you have to register.
Prem, your voice is little bit not clear.
Oh, 1 second. Is it fine now?
Yeah. It's fine now.
Yeah. Go to blueprism.com. And 1 second. Sorry, not blueprism.com. There's something called portal. Okay, they have latest released version 6. 1 second. Search for Blue Prism. Search for Blue Prism portal, and there was something called portal.blueprism.com. Let me check this. Okay, you can sign up here, I guess, this one. Okay. All this detail you can, do. So there was something called Blue Prism portal, portal.blueprism.com. I'm not sure why it is, not showing up in the. Correct, this one. Okay, go to this one, portal.blueprism.com. Okay. You are able to view the screen, right?
Yeah.
In portal, portal.blueprism.com. It will redirect you to here. There you have to sign up. Okay, sign up here if you do not have already an account. I have already, signed up. So create your account. Not now. After the class, you can create an account. Like email address, you can provide your any email address. then username. This, you need this username, in a different like place. So make sure you have this email address, username, then organization, first name, last name, everything, job title, anything you can provide. Okay, select the country, phone number, use picture to upload. This is optional, I guess. So all these stars, these are mandatory. Red star are there, right? So these are mandatory. Where the red star is not there, those fields are optional. So you can skip your phone number, you can skip your profile photo and all that. And you have to create a new account. Once you create a new account, you can go and log in here. Sometimes it takes some time for that to be activated. It will send you an email to your particular email ID that you have registered. So you go there and activate click on the link they have sent you. Once it is activated, you will be able to log into this website. Okay. Once you are logged in, then you have to wait for around 48 hours, I guess. Once your account is created, it takes around 48 hours for that user ID to be activated and available in Pearson View. So let me tell you what Pearson View is. So Pearson View is the test environment, and Pearson View is the partner of Blue Prism company which conduct the certification. Okay. So you can wait one second. I'll also show you where you can check you can go to the Pearson View account, and let me check Pearson View Blue Prism. Okay, so this is the one. Search for Pearson View Blue Prism in your not code.uk. Should be so this is not necessary now. Okay, so whatever this Pearson View thing, this is not at all necessary. Okay, so here I just want to show you what to do. So this is not necessary. Do not do this now. Do not log into Pearson View now, and it will take anyway 48 hours after you create your Blue Prism account. Go to Blue Prism only and log in. And once you log in, let me check if I have. I forgot my password actually. I'm not sure what this is. Okay. So actually I have created long time back, so it's still not been activated. Okay, so anyway, I'll see. Actually, I have forgot from which email ID I have registered. So once you register, you log in that. I wanted to show you the Blue Prism portal where you have a lot of learning resource. You will get a lot of PDF. You will get mock exam to appear. You will get a lot of mock exam like module wise where you can appear that. So I just want to show you this. Do not jump into anything because you'll not be able to understand anything. I'm just showing you the process for certification, what to do. Okay. Once you do this, then normally you have to, so all these certifications are available. See, designing, a lot of are available specifically for version 5 because there are a lot of demand for that. They have recently added for version 6. This was not there like before 1 month. Okay, so see, a Blue Prism developer is there, Blue Prism professional developer, designing Blue Prism process solution, so for solution engineer, solution designer. Then for architects, exam is there. Then this is for technical architects to design a Blue Prism environment and all this. Okay, so all these examinations are available for Blue Prism. Okay, so you can take any exam based on your role. This particular course, because the foundation, this is the foundation training course what we are going to take, and it is mostly suitable for Blue Prism professional developer and Blue Prism developer. Once you clear this certification, it shows that you have all the understanding of Blue Prism tool. Okay, once you understand completely the Blue Prism tool, then you can go for a architect level certification where you have to design the environment or design the workflow or something like that. Okay, so you can find a test center here also. okay, in your particular city where you can get, like for example, in Bangalore, let me check. Okay, so in Bangalore, see, we have a lot of training center. You just have to enter the like pin code, and it will show you the nearby certified test center. So you have to go to this like test center, one of these test center, and appear physically there to appear for the examination. Okay. So in every major like city, they have the like examination center, like Chennai, Pune, Bangalore, Hyderabad, all these. Okay. So you can, like, whenever you are ready, you should do that. So I'm just showing you this thing, like no need to rush to anything and do this. Okay. So yeah, these are the things. Let me close this. Okay. Now let's go to the real stuff, which is the Blue Prism tool. Okay. So let's go to the overview of the tool today, and from tomorrow we can start creating actual, processing an object, and we can start automating. Let me show you how the tool works and everything today. I guess I have shown you this in the demo class if you have attended, but anyway, I'll show you again. Okay. So this particular laptop, I have some like UI problem, because some of the texts are like not appearing properly. I'll be accessing this tool from a different laptop if this happens. Okay, anyway. So this is the home tab. There are 6 tabs: home, studio, control, dashboard, release, and system. Okay. So this is the home tab, and this is the workforce availability. Now we do not have anything, so it is 100% available. Okay. So this feature will mostly work if you are working in a production environment or in a real-time project, and there are a lot of bots available. So when I say bot means if I'm creating a automation framework and I am deploying that into production where it is working 24/7, and it is using some resources like CPU, RAM, and everything because the bot is running. So that time it will reduce my workforce availability. So workforce means how many bots I can deploy and how many automation models I can run at a particular time. Okay. So if I have like 10 bots running in my server, then it will be reduced to around 50% or something like that, based on the capacity your company has taken in the server. If your company has taken like 1 GB of memory and very less RAM, so obviously the workforce availability will be very less. Okay. So, and these are total automation, the number of objects and processes in the database that are running. Currently, we do not have anything. Okay, once we create a different like process and object, that particular number will get changed. See, I created one process just now, so it is showing previously nothing was there. Now it is showing one process. Okay, it is occupied. Like if I create one object, then it will take space for object. So it will show you how many objects and processes are created. So don't get confused if you are not able to understand what a process is and what the object is. I'll tell you in detail. Okay. So anyway, that is the total automation and queue volumes by now. Okay. So let's not go detail into this. What is queue? Just understand that this is some visual representation of how many queues are there. I'll explain you what is queue and how to run a lot of how to do a parallel processing in queue and do the automation faster and all those things. Okay. And this is the largest database table. So when we created the Blue Prism database, you remember, right? Automatically it got created the database. That time all these tables got created. BPA DB version, BPA val check, BPA schedule. All these tables got created in the Blue Prism. In the SQL Server database. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, in your SQL Server, all that got created. So see, If you want to access the SQL server and you want to check what database are actually there, there is another tool you have to install. Okay. If you want, I can show you that. I forgot the name of that tool. Okay, but the thing is, the main, what we need in this scenario is we do not have to go anytime inside the SQL server tool. This SQL server database is only for storing whatever we need, whatever work we'll be doing in the Blue Prism environment, any process, object, or anything at all, everything will be stored. There will no need ever be where you need to actually go and see inside the database what is there and what is not there. Okay. So you did not, and for that to know, you need to know SQL and PSSQL and all this. Like, select star from this database where ID equal to 22, something like that. So all these things you have to do, but there is, absolutely no need for that. So we will not go and see actual databases and everything inside Blue Prism 2. Okay. So if I get time, I'll install that tool. I'll then tell you the name of the tool, and I'll show you once how the data is getting stored and everything. But that is absolutely will be no value addition to whatever we are going to do. But I'll show you that maybe in the next class or first class of next week. How the tables are organized and everything internally. Okay. So so that is the table inside our SQL server. All these tables are got created, and this volume means this table have that amount of data. Okay, starting from the PAD version of 0, the volume of like how much MB. This is 0.06 MB and all that. The largest 10 tables in the database from N2. Okay, so these are like this information is not needed for us. Okay, so this is like just a visual representation of what is happening inside your tool. Okay, and like there will be very rare instance where you have anything to do with that, unless and until you have like hundreds and thousands of process and objects, and your workforce is like available 0%. Obviously, you do not have to take care of that. Your your lead or your manager or whomever you are reporting, they have to take care of that. For these purpose, actually, there will be a different team for deployment. For deployment, different team will be there. So those team will be taking care of installation of Blue Prism tool, installation of server, their workforce availability and everything. Okay, so they do not interfere with creating actual automation model and actually solving the business problem. They won't have to do anything. Okay, so anyway, it's very easy, because if your workforce is very less, then I'll later on show you how to expire the, how to retire the process. Suppose your workforce availability is very less, like 2% or 5%. So you can go in the system. I'll show you later on. Then if you are not using some process or object, or few process or objects are very old, then you can actually retire those objects and process, and they will free up some memory. Okay. Okay. So next is the Studio tab, where we'll be creating our process and object. So because this Studio tab will be working like around 80 to 90% of the time. So we'll go detail into that from tomorrow. From tomorrow we'll start the process, and after that we'll start the object. Okay. I'll show you in detail what these things are. And control that. So while showing the demo, I'll also provide you some scenario. How RPA or Blue Prism, what benefits they are providing to actual enterprise, what business problem they are solving, and all those as well, so that it will be easy. Also, you should be able to, apart from doing automation, straightforward jumping to automation, you should also be able to, provide me or someone or your manager that if this project actually, is there any scope of automation in this or something like that. So once you practice a lot, you'll be able to answer those questions, and you'll be able to see the actual automation needed in any manual process. Okay, so you can answer those questions as well. Okay, so we have this control tab. These are advanced, and I just want to show you what is there inside the tool, and we'll be seeing everything in action in, while working in project. Okay, here see, the right side, if you see only one, like computer is available because this is my server, client, everything. Once you're working in a real-time environment, it will show multiple system, because in that case, like multiple developer system or multiple, business analyst or anyone, their system will be connected to the Blue Prism server. So that time, this number will be more, this available resource. Okay, now it's only one, which is mine. That time it will show you all the computers, all the clients that are connected, the Blue Prism server that is connected, and everything. Okay. And here it will show you available process. Because we do not have any process, we have 0 process. It is not showing anything. Once a process is there, you can deploy, drag and drop to this particular server, and deploy it here. And you can start running it from here as well if you want. Okay. So I'll show everything in detail while going for the real time one. And everything. One second. Okay, so session management is there, what I showed you, right? Like you can manage any process. Then queue management, where I'll be showing you about QC. We do not have any queue here, so that's the reason like our queue volumes are 0 now. And once you create, one second, sorry. So once we create a lot of queue, so queue, how it helps is, let me tell you about the concept of queue. So if you have 1,000 records in Excel sheet, and you are processing it one by one, where the board is taking, it is executing first record, then second, then third. It will take a lot of time. So in the queue, what you can do is you can split this 1,000 record into 10 records of 100 each, and you can parallelly process it 10 records. So when the board is processing the first record, at the same time a second board is processing the 11th record, same time the 21st record. So everything is happening parallelly. So, and later on you can merge all this output to a single file. So this way you can achieve a greater level of fast automation. Okay. So I'll show you how all these things, how queue management works, that which user active and everything. And for all this, yes, you do not need any sort of programming or technical knowledge. This is like going to be very easy. Just understand like whatever I'll be teaching you, and it's very easy. Okay, and these are reports, scheduler and everything. We'll go detail into these things, later. This comes at the last kind of thing. Then dashboard, whatever I showed you, these are the dashboard, global dashboard. You can create a personal dashboard also. Okay, from here, whatever you need. Okay, this is the default. Let me. Okay, anyway, that's fine. So for some reason, dashboard is any changes to the new dashboard will be. Okay, so these are, we do not need these things. Okay, dashboard and all. So that's fine, absolutely fine. Then we have release step. So I'm just okay. Okay, everything is fine. So this is just for visual representation. This is the default dashboard. Whatever dashboard is there, a default dashboard which we are using. There is no need to change this dashboard, because we do not have to do anything in that. Whatever information we need, like if you want to track the number of objects and processes, that we already are saying. Obviously you can change something like smallest database table or something like that, but that is absolutely of no need to you. Okay, and release step. This is for so whenever we are creating a process and object, and we are sending that for release. So for any client, they have 3 environments. If you have known it, one is development, then production, and your test environment, right? So whenever I am testing something with my bots, then all the work I'll be doing in the development environment. And once a particular requirement by the client is complete in the development environment, then all the test people who are doing testing, they can test the application. Okay. Once that automation or my bot is tested and all the test cases are passed, then I can go ahead and deploy the application in production. So in Blue Prism environment, the files that are get deployed in these environments they have an extension called DP release file. Okay, and this suppose I am a developer and I'm working in my machine, and if I want to provide you a release file, then I'll just export that process and object from here from the Studio tab, and it will produce a .dp release file, and I can provide you that particular file. You can go to new package, or you can import the release. If it is in your system, you can import the release, and you can just deploy that to production. Okay. We'll see all this in detail. I'm just showing you what is there inside the tool, so that when we speak of something, it will not be completely unknown to you. Okay. When I speak of queue management, it should not be like you have never heard of that statement. Obviously, we'll be showing a lot of examples, but I'm just showing you what are the terms involved in the Blue Prism environment. Studio tab will start from today because this is the most important aspect of Blue Prism. Then I have the system tab, wherein I have your process, object, resource, workflow, security, or even system, everything. Okay, this is the setting in the settings of your mobile, something like this. I guess my font size is very less. In my system, this font size. So I'll increase this font size, and this is the problem. Few of things are not visible properly. So so from tomorrow onwards, we'll be using something different. So it will all be very clear. Here some conceal the process and export something is it's not visible. That's fine. So process, object, resource, workflow. You can manage everything. You can delete or expire process or object from here. For example, here we do not have a process, so I'm not able to see anything. But if you can expose your process to other tools as well. In fact, it is also possible for two tools to talk. Okay, if you want Blue Prism tool to expose some web service to the UiPath tool, that is also possible. So UiPath can also talk with the Blue Prism tool also. I'm not sure about automation anyway, because UiPath and Blue Prism are a kind of similar tools. So these two tools can talk between each other. Okay, so you can create one automation framework, and you are providing some output from there, and that output, if you want to use in UiPath tool, that you can do. Okay. Obviously, those are complex stuff, and I have not tried those as well, but that can be done. Okay, that's the reason we have something called web service, where you can create a web service and provide this web service to other tools or other companies as well. Okay, and here we have, you can manage the processes. Okay, see what I was talking about, retiring a process. So you can right click and retire a process. We do not have any process, so we'll be seeing all this in action once we work on the Studio tab. Okay, and
sorry, you said other web services. We can link Blue Prism results to the ALM, application lifecycle management. We can link Blue Prism results to ALM, application lifecycle management.
I'm not pretty much sure of that. So that's a tool, right? ALM is a tool? ALM, what is that?
ALM is a test management tool.
Okay.
For example,
okay, so I'm not, so I'm not pretty much sure of that, and in whatever work I have done till today, we have not, done anything where, all the work is Blue Prism specific. We have not made anything where, our data is going outside of Blue Prism. Okay. But what I know is, because we have web service, it is possible to do that. But I have not done something, to talk between two. What happens is, I'll tell you how it happens. See, if I have a web service, so how this web service should be like HTTP. Suppose in case it is localhost and port number, and suppose you want to export weather data. Okay, export data weather of this particular pin code. So I want to send the temperature and something of this particular pin code. It is Bangalore Electronic City. So the output of this web service will be temperature 34 degree and like a rain probability is suppose 86% and all this. This will be the output of this particular web service. So once you create this web service and you provide this web service to some other processes, then this will be the output, and this output your process can use. Like if temperature is 34, suppose this is your ALM tool, and if inside your ALM tool there must be some way to consume this web services. This is called expose web service, where I am exposing this web service to outside world, and your tool should be capable of consuming web service. Otherwise, it is not possible at all. If I am able to consume this particular web service, because this is now visible to the outside world, then I can get the output of this particular web service. If temp equal to 34, then I can provide some output like anything. Go in a cab, it will be sunny or something like that. Okay. So this is the what we call web services, and this is the way different tools can talk between themselves. This whatever output I am providing it here, other tools can take that as input and do some processing. Okay. So in real time scenario, in our production application and anywhere, we have not done something like this because we have not found any scenario where this is necessary. Okay. Because most of the time what happens is we'll be writing all this data to an Excel sheet. Okay, if it is required, Excel sheet, and this Excel sheet, if we are storing in some server, suppose 192.168.12.1, and we can directly use this Excel sheet also in our outside network. I can go to 192 inside my ALM server. I can take input as 192.168.12.1 / weather.excel, and I can start Excel sheet, and I can access this data and do some processing. This is also one of the way to get that. So anything you can do. So we have not tried that, but because we have not faced any requirement something like that to connect to outside network, because most of the automation will be for tool specific like Blue Prism, UiPath, automation anywhere, something like that. Okay. But yeah, absolutely it's possible. If it is not possible through your web services, you can write something to the Excel sheet and automatically store the Excel sheet in the server. And again, in your network, you can access that Excel sheet and use every data to do some operation. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So now, yeah.
Just now you were showing like expose and consume. It is going to be all both expose and consume to be part of one bot. So, I'm not sure like what. It's going to be one process.
No. See how it happens is, for example, one second. See here we have an expose object. Okay, an expose process. Okay. So what we do is we can like conceal a business, okay, or expose a business somewhere. So here I'll not be able to show any demo of this now because I do not have a object. So I'll be definitely showing you demo of where we'll be exposing this everything. So what happens is how an API works is, let me tell you. So how an API works is, these are like web services, okay. They'll be having 4 methods like get. So if this is technical, like I'm not sure, just I'm telling you so that you'll be able to understand. Okay. So I have very good experience in creating REST API web services where we have created a lot of services to be used by other companies. Okay. And those are not related to Blue Prism. We have done those using Python and using Java. Okay. So these, like if you are using any programming language, they provide a lot of flexibility for you to create these services, and you have to write code for that. Okay. And how a web service works is, in the get method means get the web service. Okay, get the web service, and let's delete this one. And Post method means like you have to create a web service. Okay. For example, when I'm creating this weather data, the data I am sending to the server is the pin code. Okay. Data I'll be sending you the pin code, so that based on that pin code, it will produce me the output of temperature and rain probability. Okay. So this is called exposing the web service through post method. I have exposed my web service here. Okay. And at a particular time, you will be exposing web service. And if you are creating a web service in your own machine, you can only expose the web service. Okay. There is another way called consume web service. So if I am using this web service internally, I can consume this website in a separate web application. Suppose I have two bots. Okay, one bot is for take weather data of US, and there is another bot which is taking weather data of, for example, another country. Okay. So if there is a requirement that I want to get weather data of all nearby country of US, okay, in that case, I have to take data from other bots as well, okay, because this country may be a nearby country of US, okay. That time I need to consume web data internally. So I'm not exposing anything to the outside world. Inside my Blue Prism tool only, these two bots are present, bot 1 and bot 2, and in the same time, I am exposing bot 1, and in the same place, I am consuming that output of bot 1 in bot 2. Okay, so this is called exposing and consuming web services. Either you can expose and consume inside your tool only internally, or you can expose from your tool and consume it in outside network. Okay, so a lot of time it happens is that suppose you have a client, suppose you have BMW as a client, and you also know that these companies also outsource to a lot of companies. Suppose, for example, they have outsourced their project to Infosys, Cognizant, and TCS. Okay. So what happens is, if Infosys is working on one of their module and this other module and this other module, so it may happen, and it happens a lot, that whatever Infosys is working, suppose let's take a bank example, suppose Bank of America, okay? So if suppose Infosys is working in credit processing part of Bank of America, okay? And some of the output of this module is required by a stuff that Cognizant is working, okay? So you just cannot provide your confidential client information to outside world, okay? Outside company or any competitor. So that time what happens is, Infosys developers or the people working with them, they will be creating a web service which will only expose the exact required data that these people. Okay, so they can expose that web service, they want to expose the credit rating or credit of all the corporate customers in US. So they'll be providing you some ID and name of the person and name of the credit rating. That's it. And that information, Cognizant can, consume that particular web service and, use that for further processing in their, requirement. So a lot of these are the real-time scenarios where, if web services work, and this is the way, exposing and consuming web services work. Okay? Got it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So, it's like these are like advanced stuff, and we won't come to this for the next at least 3-4 classes. But I'll be definitely showing you examples of how to create a service, how to consume a service, and everything. Okay, don't worry about these things. Okay, that's absolutely fine. And environment variable, I'll be showing you what is environment variable, how to add data which can be globally accessed by different people. Okay, so we have environment variable in our local machine as well. In our Windows software, in our Windows machine as well, we have environment variable. Okay, so if I set environment variable these data can be accessed by all tools in my computer. All the applications that I'm installing in my C drive, it can be accessed. Okay. Similarly, in Blue Prism also we have something called environment variable. And once we set something like file path or IP address or password, they can be globally used by different persons and different processes. Okay. So do not worry about anything or by their name, how they are naming convention like exception or environment variable. It may seem a little too much for you, but like these are very simple. I'll be showing you detailed example of everything. Okay, just want you guys to be familiar with what are the words that are involved in like Blue Prism 2. Okay, history, where you can see all the history of objects and everything. The first is very simple. The number of computers that have Blue Prism installed and they are working in your environment, everything will be shown in the available resource. Okay, and you can manage resource and everything. Okay, you can drag and drop, you can retire a resource. Suppose there is a developer who left your company and his particular machine is currently not in use, so you can drag and drop that particular machine to retire resource, and they will no longer be able to access the Blue Prism environment. Okay. Then work queue will see in detail what is work queue. This is related to the queue we are talking about for parallel processing. Environment lock will select, we'll see how if 10 processes are currently, 10 bots are currently running. Okay. And suppose there is an Excel sheet and bot 1 came, first bot suppose came. In this Excel sheet, suppose there are 100 records. Okay. So first bot came. So whenever I'm saying you bot and bot, so do not be confused. This bot is like just a like automation model. I'll show you what. So when first bot came, and it is for example reading the first 10 records, okay, and producing some output. In the same time, imagine we have two other bots, second and third, and second bot came, and while the first bot is reading the second record in the Excel sheet, after that it moves to the third record after reading the second record. Imagine if second bot came and changed the second record to like, in the second record 43 was there, it changed the second record to 46. So this particular time, the first bot is not aware that, second record has been changed and it has already moved to the third record. But second bot has changed the second record, but first bot is not aware of that. But when first bot will be creating the output for first 10 records, then the data that is present in the second record out of this 10 records, that will be dirty data. That is called dirty read. Okay, that will be an incorrect data. That is called dirty read. Okay, because first bot is not aware that another bot has come and changed the previous record. So that is called dirty read. To avoid this scenario, there is something called environment locking. Okay, where we'll be locking the environment and we'll tell that, okay, I'm accessing this part of the system, I'm processing this part of the Excel sheet. No one can, interfere while I'm reading and writing or doing some automation into that. Okay, so that is called locking, and we'll, see very real-time scenarios for environment locking. Okay, we'll be locking the system and we'll be blocking other bots to like access those records. And these are like security where, we'll be looking deep into security, how we can encrypt the password. Suppose I want to automate Google or Facebook. So I cannot simply pass my username and password, right? Because I do not other developers or the clients to know my username. Or if I'm working in a client environment, I cannot simply pass the client's confidential username and password in a plain text. That time I have to encrypt those data. So I'll show you how to encrypt the data. Then you can create new users here. If you in your team there are new users, new employee are joining, you can go to new and you can write the name of the employee, provide a password for them. Okay, and click on next. And you can set a expiry date, user expiry date. Suppose that user is on contract for 1 year, then you can set 24 March 2019 and that account will be expired. And every one month, suppose his password, you can set that and click on next. And you can provide him access, whatever access he will be needing. Suppose he's a developer, then he needs only access in Object Studio and Process Studio, not in other parts, because you don't want your developer to go and release something in production. Okay, so you can provide specific permission and click on finish. The user has been successfully created. Okay, so employee 1 got created. So yeah, now after this, the employee 1 can, using his credential, he can log into the Blue Prism environment and he or she can start accessing or creating automation things. Okay, I'm just going to delete that. This way you can, after selecting any user, either you can edit them or you can delete them as well. So I'm going to delete those because this is not required.
Prem?
Hello? Hello?
Hello, Prem? You can't
Yeah, hi. My call got disconnected. Yeah, okay.
Okay, yeah. Now,
Okay, that's fine. So, yeah, we are almost done it today. So let's finish this as well. And we'll credential options, I'll show you these. These are for, as I said, for encrypting username and password for very sensitive application or your client sensitive data and all those. Okay. So I'm just going through the overview and what is the function of which one. Okay, so there is no need to have a deep understanding at this point of time. Audit is for, these are everything that you are doing in your object and process. They'll be having a log of that here. Okay, so either you can export that log also. If you are facing any issue also in your process or object or any error, those logs will also be present here, and you can come and see what actually happened. Okay. This is something called audit log, and we have changed the date, right, to 24/1, as I showed you, 1st January. You change your date. This is one date. So everything, any minor action that you do, everything will be showed here. See, everything is there. I logged in as admin. Then today, this is for today, okay. And if you remember, I just created a simple process to show you the availability. So that is showing, then I deleted that, everything is showing here, okay. So this is for a complete log, and anything is coming for audit, you can show this, okay. This is static, see, alerts. So these are not necessary for us, okay. And this will alerts is something, like Facebook notification, it shows like in your desktop or mobile that, someone has liked. You can, do something like in Blue Prism that, this process has failed or something like that. And it will show you here only. In your desktop only, it will show notification. but this actually your company has to buy. Like I want to buy 100 notification alert for this month, so you have to purchase alerts and everything. I'll show you all this. Do not worry. These are settings like normal setting, environment, Unicode, background color and everything. You can choose whatever colors. Okay. And license, we have already done the licensing part. Okay. Archive, if you want to archive some process or database or anything, and it will archive somewhere. Okay. See, for example, in my C drive documents folder, I'm creating an archive. These are not needed. Like this is just to show you that these things are present. Scheduler is like if you want to schedule your Blue Prism server or your processor, everything I'll be showing you for scheduling. Calendar is on what date you want to schedule, like on 24. Nothing is here because no processes are there. We'll be seeing all this once we do real time. Font is like whatever fonts and everything, you can create new fonts from here. Okay, you can export some fonts if it is not there and everything else. The font, like this is small, I have to do it large, or this is what do you say? Some fonts are there in MS Word, right? Times New Roman and all these things. Okay, these are like really unnecessary things. Like you can take this out because you already have the tool, right? So you can take these things and just play around. Do not do something in security because it may revoke some permission or something. So do not play much in security without understanding, but others you can play around today or up in the weekends and everything. Okay. Reporting is
Sorry, I have a question. Like, can you briefly give some high level what is bot and how it is connected into this tool? Where is that? Because I didn't see anywhere any description
about
what
is what
about the bot. You said like we use some 1, 2, 3 bots.
Okay, bots. Okay.
So where is that connected to this tool here?
Okay. So bot you are telling, right?
Yeah, I'm not clear about what is a bot. So maybe I have some high level.
So sure. When I say a bot, this is just a naming convention. Okay, a bot is a naming convention, nothing else. Okay. So when I say a bot, suppose I am creating a process, or I am creating. Okay, for example, I am creating a process. One process is there, which is okay.
So one automation process.
Yeah, automation process, which is, for example, doing a claim processing for a insurance client. Okay, claim processing. While I am doing my claim processing, what I need is, before doing the claim processing or while doing the claim processing, I want the information of all the people who who are reported smoking, and people who are of age more than 50 years age, and they have some other diseases also. Okay. Anything. So while doing the claim processing, I have to be absolutely careful for people, because I cannot provide, if someone died of smoking or someone like a hospitalized with smoking, my insurance does not cover that, right? Suppose, for example, I'm telling, because while doing the insurance, if the person has not declared that he has these habits, and now he is hospitalized, and now they are claiming full amount from the insurance company. Okay. So suppose I want to do the claim processing, and while doing the claim processing, I have a condition where I can check that if they have some disease or their old is more than 50 or something like that, and they have done something wrong, which has raised a flag, and I have a variable in my system where flag equal to 1. So suppose if someone has done something and has not declared something as taken an insurance, my flag is set to 1. Okay. So while this processing, this thing which is setting to flag equal to 1, checking the age, checking the condition. So this is, let's say, we can say bot 1. Okay. And how we can create bot 1 is, while creating bot 1, the process we can do is, first it is log into suppose the insurance LIC website. Second, step 1, this is okay. Step 2 is, for example, like check all users with all these conditions. Okay. Step 3 is write data to Excel. Step 4 is all those steps is there. Okay. You are able to understand, right, what I am going to say. Now you can join all these steps. Step 1, then I join. I'll show you how to join everything. Okay. Step 1 I join. Step 2 I join. Step 3 I join. Okay. So this is the functionality of bot 1. What bot 2 is doing is, when I say bot 2, this is the thing. So this, whatever I joined everything and I did a run of the process, that is called bot 1. You can say this is bot 1. So do not be confused. This is just a naming convention. You can consider this as process 1 as well.
Yeah,
okay? I can say this as process 1. I can say this as process 2. Just the thing is, when working with a RPA tool or a Blue Prism environment, we say them bot. Okay, this is the standard we follow. And in this process 2, we say them as bot 2. Okay. So for example, bot 2, what they are doing is they are doing the processing. While doing the processing, I need some data from bot 1. Okay, so bot 1 and bot 2 are running parallelly in my server, because I'm using input from bot 1 inside bot 2. Okay, so these are called bots. So these are nothing extraordinary, and they are like nothing like robots or something. They are just very simple steps where I am logging into my website, providing username and password. Then I am going to a section called check claims. Then I am creating an action where I am writing to the Excel sheet, and out of that Excel sheet, when any data is returned, bot 2 is reading from Excel 22.xls. Here I am writing to the same XLS, XLS22.xls. After reading the XLS, if is greater than 50 and flag equal to 1, then the second step is that send a mail to claim processing agent with a report of that these are the red flags, and be careful while processing the claim, just all those things. Got it, right?
Yeah.
So these are the two bots or two processes that are currently learning and interacting with each other. This is writing to the Excel sheet and this is reading from the Excel sheet. So we are going to exactly see a lot of application like this, where we'll be reading from Excel sheet, processing inside the web application and writing back to the Excel sheet and all this. So that is very simple. So do not be confused about bots and all. But these are like just simple processes, and we call them as bot in Blue Prism environment. Okay. Okay, guys. Then we have actually passed our time, 10 to 12 minutes, and so yeah. So do one thing. I'll share the video of today's session in YouTube, and I'll share the link. I'll be maintaining an Excel sheet in the Google Drive, where I have shared you the software, and in that Excel sheet I'll be sharing class 1 link, class 2 link, and everything. So those who have like completely installed the tool, you can go ahead and play with the tool and see what is there. And tomorrow we'll start our process and object. And people who are facing connection issue, please ping me so that we can not connection issue, some issue was there, right? Some I've just forgot some issue was there with 1 or 2. So just ping me and we'll see what is the issue and we'll finish the installation. Okay. So I'll be going outside a little bit. So you can just ping me to my mobile and we can look at that either tonight or whenever I'll be free. I'll let you know and we'll fix that issue. Okay.
Yeah. Prem, when are you going to share the video today?
Video, it will take some time. I'll be either, actually what I do is both Saturday and Sunday video actually I share together like on Sunday night or Monday morning.
Okay. Yeah, because I didn't start with my installation of SQL Server. So
okay, then in that case, one thing, I'll share around around 3 o'clock. I'll share that today.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Just one thing, is it possible to uninstall the SQL Server and then install it again?
Yeah, absolutely. So you go to you do it yourself, and you can go to your what is this program and features. Okay. and just uninstall your all these tools. Anything starting with Microsoft SQL Server. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Microsoft Server. Anything that starts with Microsoft Server, just uninstall that. But it may first ask you to uninstall the SQL Server 2014, then the supporting files. You can uninstall this. It will take same amount of time that it took for installation. On installation, it takes same amount of time, around like 15 minutes, something like that. You can do that, and like you can do it. Okay, you can do it again. I'll share the video file. Follow that. Okay. If any of you are, I don't think like you'll be facing any issue if you are doing it, exactly the same way I did, because it's the actually correct way. So you must have, there must be a typo, or you must have missed something. You can uninstall this and try again. If any of you are facing issue with like launching the launch.bat file, that's a very generic issue. And like I need to like tell you what exactly to do, how to edit the screen. So anyway, for anything you can ping me. I'll be sharing the video at around 3 or 4 p.m. today.
Okay.
Okay, guys. Then thanks a lot for like joining it. See you tomorrow.
Yeah. Thank you.
Tomorrow at same time, right?
Sorry.
Tomorrow at same time.
Hello.
Hello, Prem. Tomorrow.
I didn't get you.
Tomorrow the class.
I'm not able to. Yeah. Tomorrow it's same, 10 to 12.
Okay, fine. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.
Yeah. Thanks. Bye. Yeah,